All right, another global news. In recent months, Ukraine has increased the amount of damage it has been inflicting on Russia. Now, Kyiv has been hitting both military and civilian infrastructure, such as warships and oil refineries, respectively. Ukraine has managed to do this by ramping up its drone capabilities, and Russia, in turn, is upgrading its drone defenses to counter the new Ukrainian threat. Our next report has more details on this.
Silent death. Death from above. Even the legendary old witch from Slavic folklore, Baba Yaga. These are reportedly some of the nicknames that the Russians have given to Ukraine's new drones. Drones that have begun slowly turning back the tide in the war in Ukraine. Moscow started with a massive advantage in drone warfare when the Ukraine war broke out 4 years ago. Russia had the Iranian Shahed 136 kamikaze drones, which inflicted massive damage on Ukraine. Then the Russians developed their own version, the Geran 2. But now the Ukrainians have made rapid gains in drone technology, giving them the ability to strike deep inside Russian territory. Kyiv has confirmed that it once again targeted the Russian frigate called the Admiral Essen. A drone hit the warship while it was in Russia's Novorossiysk naval base. It was the fourth strike on the vessel. Attacks on their vessels have forced the Russians to put up anti-drone netting across warships and submarines for all 4 of their fleets. Ukraine's drones now have the range to strike deep inside Russian territory, making all of Moscow's fleets viable targets. And Russia isn't just relying on nets to stop the Ukrainian drone menace. It has developed drone interceptors like the Yolka handheld system. It's a fire-and-forget kinetic drone interceptor, which allows Russian forces to launch an interceptor round and then quickly retreat to safety. It's a kinetic interceptor, which means it does not carry an explosive component. That allows it to be manufactured quickly and at low cost, and then transported safely. It is one of the innovations Russia has been forced to make to combat Ukraine's drone threat. Ukraine has been mass-producing cheap first-person view attack drones. They can cost as little as $10,000, like the Vampire Hexacopter series. This puts traditional military equipment at an economic disadvantage, seeing as it can be damaged or destroyed by something much cheaper. Which is why Russia is also rushing to produce cheap drone countermeasures. The Russia-Ukraine war seems to have entered a new phase, one where cheap, mass-produced drones can reshape the battlefield. And this is forcing nations to rethink the advantages of costly conventional weapon systems. Because a $10,000 drone may just poke a hole through a multi-million-dollar warship. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.